I'm putting in my little 2 cent. Yeah, a couple of days behind. But I wanted to get, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to do a video that same day that United Health CEO died. But I was like, no, because I'm gonna come in on my personal fees. And I know they mine. They are my personal fees. First, let me say this at the top of the message. I'm not that heartless. My condolences do go out to his wife and if he had kids. I've been watching videos and I mean somebody has something and I'm this is secondhand information. So take everything with a grain of salt. I don't even know if it's true, if that was a true message from his wife, but how they said it was, read that she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna miss him, his work. But it wasn't like, or something sort of like that. But how they read it was like, that she was just like, yeah, he died. Okay. You know, I don't think it was meant to be like that. That's how I took it. I'm saying I'm coming in on my personal fees. Now, I didn't make a video when I heard it. And I did hear, like I did hear about it because I was on my computer and on my, what search engine is that? I think it's Google. It's either, I was, I don't remember what search engine that I have up for news because I do have that and I got it set to different things. One being Tennessee. Yeah, I know that didn't happen in Tennessee. I'm just saying. So, what biscuit? You didn't want anything because as soon as I asked you what, you stopped. Ori, 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 Oreo, Ori. So you're gonna ignore me too, Ori, Ori. Forget it. I mean, the shade from you. I thought it was the Ori and Keita show. So now it's the Ori and Biscuit show? That's how you doing me? Okay. Bet, say less. I understand. Blood's thicker than water. But I thought that you was my blood. I thought it was us. Okay. I mean, who am I to say not to take your brother's side? I'm just saying. Anyhow, what was I going? Biscuit. Bisc. You, well, fine, go out there. Shut the door behind you, buddy. Yeah, I know you can't. Now, like I said, came in on my personal fees, and I'm not gonna bash him specifically because I can't say it was him specifically, but it was United Health that looked at me in my face, not really over the phone, but in my ear face, in my in my eardrum face. Let me say that, and sit there and argues with me that yeah, we see that your doctor says you have extreme insomnia. Yes, we see that you took a sleep apnea test and it says you do not have sleep apnea. We see that in order for us to have done the sleep apnea test, we had to give you an Ambien. It's insurance, so Zolpidem. They seen all that. They then proceeded to tell me to my eardrum face, we're only going to pay for 14 days. Okay, what am I going to do with 14 days when there's 30 days, 30 to 31 days in a month? If I'm lucky, February's 28 or 29. That still leaves the remaining days. That woman and her supervisor, because I guess obviously her telling me we're only going to pay for 14 days, I guess she think I wasn't getting it. No, I get it, but you only want me to sleep for 14 days a month? I then asked her, can I buy the other 16? And for that specific month, it was the other 16. First, they were like, yeah, if you pay if you pay for the rest of the month, the rest of the pills out of pocket, yes, you can do that. They then, after did that for a couple of months, they paid for 14. I paid for the remaining pills. They then came back after 3 months and told me I reached my lifetime supply of Zolpidem, not even Ambien, the off-brand Zolpidem. I'm like, how does somebody reach their lifetime supply of a medicine when at this time, that's why I said, fuck Roseanne. Fuck Roseanne. I said it with my big chest. Because after she said that about Obama's, what was it, Secretary of State, when she said, hyped up on her Ambien in her wine, in her medicinal marijuana, she then brought her little fat, senile ass, and yeah, I'm saying fat. She might not be fat anymore. I don't care what she looked like. I'm going back to the Roseanne when she sung the national anthem, hiked up her crotch and spit on the field. That's the fat bitch I'm talking about. Yes, I know she don't look like that now, but she's very senile. And I said that with my big chest. After she came on Twitter, this is when it was still Twitter, before it was X, and said, why does that woman look like Planet of the Apes and a black man had a baby together? And after that, she then came back on the next day. Oh, I'm sorry. I took an Ambien and I drank wine, or I took I took an Ambien and with my wine, and I smoked a little. That wasn't me talking. No, baby. No, that was you talking. That was you. You meant everything that you said. 'Cause I have said some stuff, not like that. I have said some funny stuff when I was on my Zolpidem. Like I said, never had a name brand. Always had a generic. So after she said that, that's when they started saying, oh, well, 14 days. Okay. And then after 3 months, I think of them paying for 14, me paying for the rest. Out of pocket. Out of pocket. Then when they said lifetime supply, I'm like, okay, so I don't understand. And like I said, that woman, because I'm like, I don't understand how I'm going to reach a lifetime supply of a medicine that I need. That And this is not even a medicine that I bought without a prescription. I can't just go into a store and buy it without a prescription. So if my doctor wrote me that medicine, does that not mean that I need it? So after all that, went back to my doctor. I was like, okay, so insurance is not going to pay for it. Insurance then said, oh, I reached my lifetime supply. My doctor, which he is retired, called the insurance company. They told him the same thing. He goes, how did she reach a lifetime supply if I wrote the prescription? They said, you can write her something else. He's like, we tried the other four medicines in the covered circle, and all four of them medicines don't work. They said, I don't know what to tell you. So then I went maybe 2 years, because like when this happened, um, like because I had double brain surgery, um, in July the 1st, 2015. So this was around that time, because that's when my extreme insomnia kicked in. So then I went a couple of maybe like a year and a half of me taking over the counter sleep aids, me not being able to sleep. So then we thought we had a workaround that with this, it wasn't an insurance, but it was like this one thing. If because my doctor did all this, just to let y'all know. So it's not like I personally did this. Everything that I'm saying is with my doctor, with my primary. What are y'all doing? Oreo and Bisque, stop. With my primary doctor, somebody that sees me monthly or regularly. This is my regular doctor. This ain't just some doctor I went in to see. Like, just never met. So, everything that I'm saying is with my actual medical doctor. So, we then um, sent in my prescription to this one little organization thing. They're like, if you send it to us and it's from my, my doctor sent it to them, then we will pay for the full prescription. We did that. United Health then came back and said, nope, you can't do that. We're not gonna. It's like it's not even through you. The fucked up thing about it is I can't even get the prescription and pay for the whole thing out of pocket. But my other doctor, the one that I just like that I've been seeing, like the one that I seen before the one that I have now, because the one that I have now picked me up when the one that I had before her moved networks. Like she's not in my network. That's the only reason why that doctor is not in. Like that's why that doctor is not my primary doctor, because she no longer is in my network. But her and the one that I see now sends in the prescription to a pharmacy. I pay 100% out of pocket. Now, I do that. And they let me do that. But that's because it's not through the pharmacy. That is my normal pharmacy. I literally get my regular medicines at one pharmacy, and then I get my Zolpidem that I pay 100% out of pocket for the full month to another pharmacy, and that's the only way I can get it. Now, the amount that I pay out of pocket is pennies. I couldn't even buy one pill at my regular pharmacy for the amount that I pay for a 30-day supply, 31-day supply. How many ever days are in that month? I could buy a whole month worth of Zolpidem because it's generic. I could buy a whole month for the price, for not even the price of one medicine at my regular. And I can't go back to my regular pharmacy with the Zolpidem because United Health pays for that medicine. I pay a copay of I'm poor, so I do pay a tiny copay. It's not that much. So when people are telling their private their personal stories, I'm like, yeah. Another thing, this literally just popped in my head because I just went through this in what was it? May, June. Yeah, May and June. Where I had to get iron infusions. Injectifer. My body loves Injectifer. Nope. Yeah, Injectifer. That iron, um, that iron infusion, I can get that. Like, yeah, they automatically give me Benadryl. So, yeah, I go, I get that iron infusion. I sit there, I'm sleepy, half of the day because I just got, 2 doses of Benadryl and an iron infusion. So, yeah, it wipes me out. But I literally have zero side effects with it. My body is like, yep, this is the one that I like. Because my body is stubborn. I told y'all, Roxanne, she's a bitch. Roxanne, if y'all don't know who Roxanne is, that's my body. Roxanne is a bitch. But she likes Injectifer. Now, Injectifer is a 3 dose, or not 3 dose, 2 dose. Sorry. Injectifer is a 2 dose thing. Is a 2 dose medicine where I go one day, and how they did it the first 2 times is I went one week and then I went another week, and with my 2 doses. And at that time, I was getting B12 shots also. And then when I needed another iron infusion, because I'm anemic, I am. Um, After me getting them and all that, they then said, okay, well, no, we're not going to pay for that. That's too expensive. My hematologist was like, okay, that's weird, but okay, we will try these other ones because I think there's a total of 4 that they will pay for. Injectifer, one to start with a C. I don't remember that one. That one, oh, buddy, it's a 1 dose thing, and I was in bed for like 3 days. I couldn't even sit up. I felt so horrible. I told my doctor, I would rather die than to take that. And he goes, you're not the only one that said it, that one did it. But that one, he's like, he thinks that because it's like a high dose, that my body did not have time to regulate it because it was like just so much all at once. And that my body was like, whoa, wait a minute. We went from like a 10 all the way up to a 15, or like they said my normal is I think 13, even though the normal I think is supposed to be 18 or 20. Anyways, like I said, Roxanne, she's a bitch. But like it went from like such a low to where my doctor literally asked me, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, how are you walking around? And I'm like, what do you mean, how am I walking around? He goes, your red blood cell, your um, iron levels are so low that people with a tad bit higher than you are in a hospital. I'm like, I always feel like this. That's what I'm saying. Anyhow, so then we tried Vinifer, this last dose. Now, Vinifer is a 5 dose um thing. And I know y'all, what y'all probably are probably thinking, oh, well, since it's not the 1 dose, that's better. And your body likes the 3 dose, so it should be the 2 dose. So 5 should be just right. No, that 1 dose was Papa Bear. Don't come near me. Don't come. I will cut your head off. I am Keita Locks. Keita Golden Locks. No. Injectifer is Baby Bear. Vinifer is Mama Bear. And that one that start with a C, that's Papa Bear. Don't. We don't fucks with Papa Bear. Mama Bear get a side eye. We love Baby Bear. My body, that is. Because I can get it. And if they didn't give me Benadryl, now I don't know this because I never had Injectifer without Benadryl. They automatically do that so my body don't reject the synthetic iron. But like I could get that, be sleepy for a couple of hours, get up, walk around like I never had that iron infusion. So this Vinifer, this is the last dose that I had, the last round. Is 5 dose, so that's 5 weeks. And y'all remember, because this just happened, if y'all remember, I came on and I had 1 dose, I felt bad. The second dose, I was like, okay, I'm sick. Now, they also say if you have the symptoms of the bear virus, don't come in. I had them symptoms. No, I did not have the bear virus. Because I then looked it up because I'm like, why am I drained? Why am I coughing? Why am I like my nose, like it was like I had the flu. And I called them. I'm like, I gotta skip a week. I had to, so I did week 1, week 2, skipped week 3, then did week 4, week 5, and then I had to do week 6. And I'm only saying it that way because I had to skip 1 week. So yeah, it was 6 weeks instead of 5 because I skipped 1 week. So week 1 and week 2, them together, I was like, I can't even get out of bed. I can't get out of bed. And then, like I said, skipped week 3, And then week 4, 5, and 6, I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. Like I didn't, but they already knew that that's how that was gonna do me. And I think it was week 5. Yeah, cause okay, 1, 2, and then skip 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, on the 5th week is I had blood work because they wanted the blood work after the yeah, it was week 5 because I had to do that. Okay, yeah. So week 5 is when I was scheduled for blood work. And I only had one good arm. What I mean is, after my brain surgery, like I said, I think I might have had a stroke. I'm not even gonna say might. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I had a stroke. I don't know if it was not deemed a stroke. I had very much complications. Like people with a stroke, my whole left side of my body was numb. The result of that, like I could feel it now, but like when it gets cold, it still gets, like I still get numb. Like, yeah, I know people, when you get cold, your hands get numb. No, it's like I'm chilled right now, and I could barely, like, can't feel like the top of my thigh. Like I could feel it, but it's like froze. When my left thigh is the same chilled, and it just feels chilly. But so anyhow, so so the result of that after my double brain surgery is my left arm. You can get blood pressure. You can't get blood out of it, and you can't start an IV in it. And it's not because, oh, it just don't work. Cause no, I'm literally holding my tablet with my left hand, so I could feel it. I can do all that, and but it's just like that arm. You can try all day to get blood out of that arm. You could try all day to start an IV in that arm. And that arm is like, I don't know why you are even over here. I'm not giving you what you need. So when I got it, that 5 week, on the 5th week, that, because I only have one good arm, I had blood work that day. And my vein blew out. Don't you know United Health was like, you only allow 2 IVs. Okay? They're like, in blood work counts for 1, and then you did another one. So it was blood work, they considered an IV. And then the IV. So that's 2. And then I had to get a third one. I love that nurse. Because I told y'all, I boosted her head up. But it was justifiable boost. Because she's the only one out the last, well, at that time it was 8 years. Because this was before July. What are you doing, Ori Boy? Ori, I gave you an egg. Do you not want it? You don't want the egg? I put it right here for you. It's cold now. You should have ate it when it was warm. I told you I blew it and cooled it off for you. Anyhow. So she got my left arm to work. But that was only one time because I thought, oh my gosh, you are a miracle. Boosted her head up. But it was justifiable because, like I said, out of 8 years, nobody could get that arm to work. But anyways, so that woman was like, she argued with the insurance company, with United Health, and said if she does not get this iron infusion, she will die, and she's not dying on my watch. And she argued it, and got that reversed to where I did not have to pay for my third IV, even though I got blood work, had an IV, my vein blew out, and I had to get an IV in my other arm that worked because I needed my iron infusion. Yeah, she got on the phone with insurance and she was like, she's not dying on my watch. Yeah, I don't know what y'all need to do, but no, she's getting this. She's getting this IV, and yeah, basically y'all were gonna pay for it, and I got that IV, and they paid for it. And I only know that because I seen the bill, because it was sent to me saying I owe zero on it, but it had all three of them IVs on it, even though one was an IV or two was an actual IV, because the first IV didn't work, and so I had to get the second one, and then one was blood work, but they deemed it IV. But even with all that, don't you know that United Health had a nerve to say, no one, I'm having all these complications because my doctor said we have to do all the ones in the neck work to see which one your body responds to. And since, you know, they're different amount doses, and I have to wait, and I don't know if it's his insurance or if it's just him that tells me you have to wait 6 months. I think that's what it is. It might not be a full 6. Yeah, it might be 6 months because I was supposed to went back in November. But the car was broke down to get my iron rechecked. But so he wanted to recheck it in 6 months to see if I needed another round of IV of iron infusions. I didn't go back. I'm gonna have to go back. Hopefully, now that the car's fixed. We don't know. Because remember the other day when Gary and the girls was gone to Walmart? Well, they had a blowout on the interstate. So far, within 1 month, or a little over a month, yeah, I want to say 1 month, of within the last month, I bought 2 tires and an axle for that car. And the battery. I forgot about the battery. Yeah, because when the tire blew out, the car also died. So first, the axle broke and the tire got flat. Okay, bought a tire, bought a axle. Gary and a friend fixed it. Then went out to try to start the car. The car was dead. Had to get jumped. And then Gary drove to Walmart. Tire blew out. Car died. So had to buy a tire and had to buy a tire and had to buy a battery the other day. But anyhow, I digress. Even with me feeling like I had the flu, my doctor's like, that's the only 2 that they're gonna pay for now, because remember I told you it was 5 in the neck work, and it was Injectafer, Benfer, and then that one with a C. And then there was 2 different ones that I have not tried. Well, they took them other 2 out because them other 2 was more than what? Oh, Biscuit, you little shit! Girls, no, you little shit! You better come and get him. You come here.
Biscuit!
Oh, he's gone. He is gone.